Harp, harp of the north, that mouldering long has tongue, on the witch elm that shades St. Philip's spring, and down the fitful breeze thy numbers flung, till envious ivy did around thee cling. O muffling, verdant ringlet, every string, O minstrel harp, thine accents sleep, mid rustling leaves and fountains murmuring, still must thy sweeter sounds thy silence keep, nor bid a warrior smile, nor teach a maid to weep. Not thus in ancient days of Caledon was thy voice mute amid the festal crowd, when lay of hopeless love or glory won, aroused the fearful or subdued the proud. Thine ardent symphony, sublime and high, fair dames and crested chiefs attention bowed, for still the burden of thy mistressly was knighthood's dauntless deed, and beauty's matchless eye. I little thought when first the reins I slacked upon the banks of the Seine, that Highland eagle e'er should feed on the fleet limbs my matchless steed. Woe worth the day and woe worth the chase, and woe worth the day that cost the life of my gallant grey. Some of Lars's recordings. O Captain, my Captain, our fearful trip is done. The ship has weathered every wreck. The prize we sought is won. The port is near, the bells I hear, the people all exulting, while follow I and steady keel the vessel grim and daring. But oh, heart, heart, oh, the bleeding drops of red, where on the deck my captain lies, fallen cold and dead.
Oh, about, I don't know, 9-ish maybe. Well, if you're ever in Austin, Texas, a little rundown in the soul, I'm going to tell you about a man to see. I'm going to tell you right where to go. Down in old Buck's saddle ring, right down there in the back. Yeah, he's the one little slight one, with a smile and leathery face. Charlie Dunn, he's the one to see. Charlie Dunn, with the boots that are on your feet. It makes Charlie feel pleased to see you walking with ease. Charlie Dunn, he's the one to see.
This was by Craig Sanders. I remember one year when the Gypsies came into Star Valley, and they brought a little bay horse that was really fast, and people there didn't think that he was that fast a horse, so the Gypsies wanted to bet him that they could outrun him for half a mile for any amount of money they wanted to bet. So they went to Afton, they got Bishop Lowe's horse, and they brought him down to Thane. And this little Gypsy horse just run right away and left him, just like he was an old slow saddle horse. And that kind of got the people upset. So the next day after, they came down to Freedom, and they had another bay horse that was a pretty good saddle horse. And they wanted to bet that they could outpull any horse in Star Valley by the horn of the saddle. So my dad had a big buckskin horse that he'd rode for years, so everybody around, they knew what he was like and how stout he was, so they got him and brought him up. The Gypsies got their horse ready, and they put him, drawed the line between them, and when they got ready, they hollered, "Go!" And I remember this old buckskin horse just lifted that horse right up in the air off his front feet and whirled him around, jerked the Gypsy off sideways onto the ground, and the Gypsy was so mad he said it wasn't fair. They went too quick, so they got him ready again, and when they said go, this old buckskin horse did the very same thing, and they won the Gypsies' money back on this pulling match. So the Gypsies, they left town, and it was about time for the rodeo over at Henry, the Henry Stampede, and so we went over to Stampede, and lo and behold, there the Gypsies were there to the Stampede with this little bay horse. And they had a black horse from over to Soda Springs that was a real good fast horse, and him and this little Gypsy horse was just about nip and tuck. I remember the Gypsies, they won one race, and this black horse had won one, but the people was never so let down and surprised in their lives as they was in this little tiny bay horse that these Gypsies brought there to the valley. That's the horse. Do they stay down? Yeah. I remember my dad and F.G. Robinson bought a little sorrel horse down in here in Utah, and he was a registered horse, and he turned out to be a real fast little horse. And they brought him up to Star Valley, and they finally sold him to Ken Klinger, Marty's granddad. And he used to run these horses together, and everybody thought that the little sorrel horse that they brought from Utah was the fastest horse of the two. So Alf Walton, he bet Ken Klinger $50 that he could ride this little sorrel horse and that they brought from Utah against the other horse and beat him. So they bet, and Ken Klinger beat Alf Walton real bad. So then he turned right around and bet Alf that he could ride the other horse and him ride the little horse that he had, and he turned right around and beat him that way. So that turned out to show that a man with the horses knows what he can do with them when he's been using them himself. Well, you can both come. Try it.
From the golden throat of Suza.
That's good.
You should hear the story of my mother riding my dad's saddle horse in the saddle horse races at the Henry Stampede, which was the big thing. My dad had rode him in picking up and all worked him hard all day, and then they decided they'd have a ladies' saddle horse race. So I put my mother on this horse and told her she could outrun them all if she could ride him. Just they left the go, my dad hit him across the rear end and they were off the races. Mother was scared to death, but she leaned over and whipped him all the way, and he came in way, way ahead of all the horses. Then the good thing is to see her picture. Her riding outfit was knickers to the knees with long black socks and a sort of a dress shoe, and the blouse was had on a sailor collar and long-sleeved, and I think they called it a midi blouse.
Okay, that's it.
Ridin' Old Paint, leadin' old band. I'm off the Montana for to the end. They feed in the creeks, they water in the drawers. Backs are on, their coats are all wrong. Ride around, little doggies, ride around and slow. Fiery stuffy, a rarin' to go. Old Antonis had two daughters and a son. One went to hit them for the other went wrong. He lost his wife in a fool fight. Still he keeps a-singing from morning to night. Ride around, little doggies, ride around them slow. Irene Snuffy are raring to go. When I die, take my saddle from the wall, put it on my pony and lead him from his stall. Head and turn our heads to look. Put our my bones to his back, turn our faces to the west. We'll ride the prairies that we love the best. Ride around, little doggies, ride around them slow. Fiery and snuffy are raring. This is by Raymond Sanders. I met her in Venezuela with a basket on her head. If she loved others, she did not say, but I knew she'd do to pass away the time in Venezuela, pass away the time in Venezuela.
That was Craig Sanders.
Go ahead. All right, Grandma, let's hear it.
One day, he kept me, I said, now where's that from? He said, where's that
And
I was absolutely jumping.
other places where he's going on about.
He tried, I couldn't see
When he and Jesus decided.
I went down and cut up the land. Tell them, there ain't nothing to cut up. You leave the whole damn leg.
Yeah, the shoulder bit even arose, going where they think.
All you got is the little black to cut up and
One chop.
And they all these that was metal
two damn little ribs.
My dad was just talking about the stars being about this. Sweet, you kept moving them side better than you did.
Pigs all
He
over
kept
the
me
place.
down, he's great, man. So, but the
The sheep and flock.
Well, she's happy. I
They
think
used to
so.
scald them.
He brought me, he was an actual butcher that dog.
Everybody used to kill their own fish. Now they're starting to skin them. They skin them. I don't like the skin on them.
Take the skin off of them?
They skin them now.
And be a dasher of sex.
Oh, they get the hair on the skin?
No, they scald them and get their skin on them. Leave the hair out of the skin.
Okay, now let's get to recording.
Oh, Shenandoah, I long to hear you away, you rolling river. Oh, Shenandoah, I long to hear you away. We're bound away across the wide
Craig Sanders.
Sat in the rocking chair, but Grandpa was like this, rocking back and forth, never moved. Shandy just dilly. And Grandpa's laughing, that's so excited.
Put it back.
And he, Hanny and Johnny came down, played around.
Oh, that's what I thought you meant. I forgot you had that other one. This boy, you know, he milks the cows. He bought the cows. I tried last fall. I said, Nick, if you'll go and buy you 10 good cow dollars of dirt cheap. We had a neighbor there, and, well, another neighbor just across the river from us. They both sold their cows and sold their
How you doing?
just running them down the market. One of them only got 16.5 cents, I think, for his whole herd. He had some damn good.
Put your feet up on the fire and get warm. Oh, let's try to get some feeling back in it. You
How
met
you doing?
Dean, you met Dean Boy Kurt?
I see him once.
Yes,
Really
really sweet.
seems to me like this. How are you?
Okay, how are you?
Just fine.
That's,
Good, if I got lost, we already left
yeah,
tractor
they
for us.
stole your tractor.
Do they?
He said your dad said he didn't think you guys were tough enough to drive that tractor.
Well, so please on it now.
Well,
Sit down a minute.
Oh, we better go around. Well, I put some of
Hell, I didn't know you had Kurt up here. I figured you lost him when he got married, and I figured that was the end of it.
I thought you get to the round since you got married.
Dave, did you
Yeah, I
ever
did
speak
today.
to Boyd about that machine of his?
Yeah, I asked him and he said, come and get it.
No, I think I found it at the PTO. Put on
Well, it would take any kind of PTO, put it as long as it's,
well, this guy out here that raises grain raises seed over in Trenton, what the hell's his name? I've got a name.
Oh, game shift.
That's probably it. It's a name I never heard before. So when I try to get some of the seed, I called him on other people. And he apparently has had it a couple of weeks.
You doing any racing?
He said, you got the other people right there that we could have.
How you been faring out?
Only lost two.
So he's good. So it made me think of it with Kurt. We might need a mechanic. Kurt, leave you.
Once in a while.
We'd like to
Them press to get together every once in a while.
see you all together in the spring, see what we can do. Get that man together.
You guys go down to Idaho Falls or down to Hotel and run in that and get that done.
Well, if you top four, going
Top floor.
Might go put them all.
brother went a couple of years ago. I still got a chance. Second, third, or fourth. Got 2 losses, so that put me out first.
You say his is down the draw there on the side of the
Well, I
line.
never went down to Hotel. I wanted the boys to go down there. I got one that always really loved horses. He used to go back to Toledo and help guys back there for horses all the time. He's got a stud horse. It's a pretty nice horse. And he lost him and another kid back there. But I never did go down to Hotel myself.
He's probably getting old for that.
Always go under one or something else.
Got my 15,000.
Have you?
Good.
Probably get some good ones too. Everybody's got better horses nowadays.
Sat and broke the track record
I think
4 times.
Is that right?
One team did it twice. Yesterday, Farrell Smith broke it, and then the race right after that, the White Lion come through and set it again. 23 seconds. We got a 40-foot. He's got
No.
say the blessing, please?
Father in heaven, we're thankful for this food and ask you to bless it and fill our nourishment, strength to our bodies, and just to we thank you for all the things that we have in your at this time. We pray for this blessing in Jesus Christ. Amen.
Did you bless it by the age?
Right there.
You don't get it out of the way.
Oh, Lars. That was trying for shame. I wouldn't have to dang you in the kidney. Old Dean is, get your dog talking about that. Like how like a frozen pup there.
That's like you and Grandma.
Speaking of pups, I asked him if he still had that one, you know, that he got from you.
That's all right, Rosalinda.
He said that's the best dog he's ever had.
Could he get him trained to be any good?
Well, he hasn't got him trained yet, but he says he should go back to the house. He says he's getting out, so he's going to go out there and take the cows all day long, but he's getting out so he can bind.
You ought to put a string on him and jerk him around a little bit, put him in his place.
Did you buy cans?
I bought frozen artichoke heart.
Oh.
3 packages.
Where'd you get this old trinket?
I was a good boy for your second. So you can go more.
And them dogs sure did howl.
Now what country's this
I
from?
was there.
Music
What
there.
country is from Morris Howland? That's what
Oh, didn't you hear him? I was wishing somebody would take
Trying to
him.
get seven like hard out.
He just sat right up under his back.
I think he's a musical dog. I think Payas in Spanish.
He sure was.
Who is Pius?
Sure was a yelling.
Fish.
Didn't you guys hear him when he was playing up there?
Yeah, they had the damn window open.
He just sat right up there.
He was singing. Right.
He was singing all right.
We'll admit it's torture when you sing.
That's the way that's where the man plays his accordion.
Sings right along.
Yeah.
We're going to
Hey.
have
He's a musical dog.
violin music tonight.
Yes,
There, Dean doesn't love your dog, I'll tell you for sure.
he does. Boris, I would say.
I made some remark. I tried to get him
To Kurt, Dean says, you give him to me, he says, I'll take him. I'll take care of him. Well, I guess you know about Dean now.
It's not a lover of fine dog flesh.
Damn dog's always got chasing the cars and chasing people. And the Foxy is nipping at that kid. His grandson out there. His grandson.
Well,
They bring that cat out.
They drug it out.
Epoxy, or Boris has never nipped at people. Epoxy's always been that way. She has never liked kids. Strange kids she does not like.
That's the way her mother was.
She runs up and tries to nip at him after
She
watching.
never did like kids.
Let's see, Mother, do you
She
want
didn't
milk
mind them
or
just petting
red
them like
milk?
that. But
This kid's just walking along and she's nipping at his feet.
She's never liked him.
Grant never did that, but if it just messed with her, like, man, she just jump and nail them,
Yeah.
nip them easy, you know, not real hard the first time, but the next time.
Dad, what would you like to drink? We got grape juice or
Milk,
Anything.
beer, and water.
buttermilk
Water.
or grape juice or water or whatever.
I'll just take a glass of water. Glass here can't be plenty. I could give the good set down here
Oh
when I
no.
get ready for it.
I'll have some black tea.
You never did say what they're getting paid for milk over here, did you?
No, it says went down how much?
2 bits.
I'm telling you to bring you
Yeah,
here.
looks like,
We'll give you the good side of it, yeah.
apple cider.
Well, that's
Oh,
hopefully
please,
black.
there. That's one.
I was afraid I would.
Did he say who had his cheek out?
Baby dog
He
was
did.
going to get kicked.
You have a little of that there.
Oh, you remember the relish?
On this side?
Dad loves her relish.
There you go.
You know, I think you take a certain proportion and then you eat some of it. Drop a piece of glass in it.
I guess I must have took my back into the uniform.
That's because it's colored glass. They get colored minty. You know why? You got to get it. The plurals in the piece.
What did you get at the dark?
Right.
Craig brought it. He got it on his travel.
Maybe they don't need singular, but
I've been expecting to go to Dr. Decker, and I
Yeah,
started
he's
that.
saying he's gonna make it, but
In fact, he bragged on what good ride ready means.
his wife didn't say much about it, did she, Swede? She didn't
He makes it himself.
She didn't carry on with the great treat. I saw him up at school yet. He didn't see me. Why, damn, she's even littler than I thought she was. She is a little bit.
Is she, just short, or is she,
She's short.
is she getting brought out?
No, she's not broad, is she?
Small.
Shorter than a midget?
No, but almost that short.
What'd you do?
I just took a bite of orange from the fruit salad, but I'm not sure.
Boy, I'm not gonna use my one. Close out of it, I guess.
I bet Rick
I
actually
think
made
that was
it.
the word, and I just said that
And
on
you
the
got-
children.
You made the bread? Great.
That's why it's so dark.
I made it all. I made every bit of it. Real clear Saturday. This is very good paella.
You better go out. Oh. Yeah, you called out. Not like him. Tomorrow, you go to Salt Lake Rain Route.
That's the dentist.
I've got this already.
Oh, I got
I know, you better make your point.
That's all in an hour.
2 years ago, Troy went to the dentist, and the dentist worked him over and said, you still got cavities, but I haven't got time to fill them. So you're leaving town, he's never been back.
Next thing you know, you're gonna have your teeth.
We
I
expect to
booked
see
the
it
dentist.
suddenly tickled.
I wouldn't carry them, except we got $1,000 tied up in straightening. We gotta keep them now.
That'll follow through.
Gotta get our money's worth.
Speaking of which, this afternoon I went into the bathroom, and there was your retainer on the bathroom floor.
The cats were trying to
And
get
I
them
wondered
out.
if the cat had been fooling with it.
You look, see if they're keeping her any straighter?
I guess they'd seen you sleeping with it at night, and they thought they would try.
I thought, now it's for the teeth one.
Very space age design, metal front.
Add your teeth as you
Sort of
want.
like it's cheese. Flying,
Why don't you go into Logan Optical and let him fix your glasses too so they quit falling off?
That's the one I got. Why don't you take on the Scotch tape?
Yeah, very bright.
Why don't you get your pair of healthy sunglasses? Size of
The weight would break his nose.
Mother is supposed to have lobster tail in it too.
No, but he probably
I could do
A
that.
lobster
didn't buy it, but he buy it.
a lobster tail worth $5.
Oh!
Pony devil travel with Sammy Brown.
Oh, there's plastic.
Windows tinted air.
Well, that,
Maybe
walk,
save
it
my
becomes such a
Get
fun thing.
Susan. I like things.
Susan took the Great Western home with her, so she could have harder one. Oh, yes, it's not greasy or anything, it's great.
No, I like things. Did you try Chinese cabbage in it?
Yeah. I put that in. Good.
But it wouldn't be good.
Mm-hmm. I put some in, like you said that night.
We haven't
Done.
tried it.
I'm gonna try some,
It tastes good.
chicken
Sometimes
drumsticks,
not so well.
and like,
Depends on the song.
suggesting you have recipes, and I think that'd be good.
What was that one?
Well, you just said your drumsticks, you basically, you know, put those kind of first, put the basic one out. We did the little meatballs, and boy, was that good. Have you done that? Just a whole bunch of little meatballs made, and after we had the cabbage, it was cabbage meatballs, so it was. And after the cabbage was kind of sort of cooked, you know, like, I put a little bit of the soy sauce and put just a little bit of water in the soy sauce and put that in the cabbage. Just about quite done. Then put the meatballs in. Little round meatballs like that. Boy, it's pretty good.
Sort of like,
Your daddy made it.
what do they call those things that the wraps and leave it inside?
Oh,
Cabbage rolls.
Those are good. That'd be kind of a good idea. It tastes nice. like I
Randy's engineer.
I can't eat much all
Yeah, but
That
when
was-
you stay within the weather.
We heard he was the command of the engineer today. We've got we're getting commands from everybody.
That's what it means.
So everybody who commands his, it was there.
Boy, that was really after your hide, I thought today for a while there.
I was afraid you were going to quit.
So was I.
I think maybe you were too.
I think so.
There's some funny upset.
They might have fired him. New things to say to the fellow that
He got two sessions in there first.
No, I
You
had.
charge your gas to
time
the
and they
company.
said, well, it gave me the message.
I will charge for gas to come tomorrow. Gas is the company driven.
Yeah.
Definitely take my car down for repairs.
They don't know that.
Hell no, I write down, when I go down the road and hear them, I get gas, I write form use, because I'm always bringing the groceries to take back.
What you do is you pay the car for you, but the little import sticker on it.
So it's the same difference.
I wonder if I can make them pay for it, call it farm use as well.
Sure you can. You better put my,
Yeah, you bring me back a couple of bags of
I've never come back, I've never come down here in my life, I didn't buy something before.
Yeah, you were pretty stressed about that idea that he was saying.
Is that right?
Companies like ours are the main supply.
What does it cost them? Do you have any idea? How they sell? What it
It
costs?
used to cost, I think, about somewhere between $5 and $8. I forgot.
What was that stuff you got from me, cows, with a gallon?
That
Down here,
Oh, it was
it
you.
was a cleaner.
No, it wasn't that, sitting on the back of our pickup.
That was mine back there a while. Sitting out in the back for a second.
I mean, the back of the car.
But not it.
Oh, that's some stuff, but,
Almost all the time I use money for it.
what you do?
Well, what is it?
It's, thread cutting.
Oh, it isn't for cows at all.
Unless they've got those cows threaded now. They used to have a smooth board, but they may have put threads on them. It's not,
And our kids
it
really
won't
big.
fall out of the cup.
Barn, he uses some of this,
You know,
on
Byron's
his,
like
on his cow's tits with,
Threader on cow's tits?
use a little of that with some iodine in his head. He said, it sure makes him soft tonight.
Did you ask him what it does to his milk report? Did he?
I can't believe it.
And I can't say milk is cow's short tits. He says, I found out that it's really good.
You believe that?
From Byron, I can believe anything, yeah.
I knew it was something to do with Nick's cows.
It ain't nothing to do with Nick's cows. He give me this for
Cutting thread.
cutting
Well,
thread.
don't you, isn't that
He
what you're
said-
talking about? You use
Yeah,
cow's
but he
tits?
said he's been using it like that, some of it. He buys it by the gallon to use on thread cutters, man. He says it keeps them from getting hot and messing up the thread.
I was like, reading something about cows and tits.
That's why you were saying that.
All the time listening on something.
Well, I knew that was that. How could you have to do something like that?
Oh, that Byron Devicker. Did you see that he had a rejection slip hanging around his body?
I never walked around. I was just over there about 1 second.
Did he seem to be sort of hustling you out? Maybe he just wanted you to see it.
No. He likes to live it. I'm trying to take you in there when he's doing it. Trying to keep him from milking.
You know, peculiar taste, cheese or whatever.
Can't say he's slow anyway, no.
Well, has he got a Class A or B operation?
Mother was more right.
Oh, thank you. Wonderful, that. He had the Chinese fried rice.
They took a little of the junk out of there, but what they did have in there, but they still got,
He's still storing stuff, is he?
still got more than he needs now.
Oh, Terry was going to object because he was storing his welder and a few other
they don't keep firing. Bulk takers on that wood.
I said to camp, I don't just get all this stuff cleared out between you and your folks' place. That would make a pretty small orchard right there, just that little area, wouldn't it?
What do you think?
Didn't thought about. His dad drags all kinds of old machinery and junk there. And it really would be a real place around the road there.
Trying to clear out.
Oh, you mean the space right between the road and everything?
Between the two.
By
Where you went.
next on the side of the apple tree.
They just got one place clean out and you fall back.
Like the hall.
I don't think they clean them out, do they?
Well,
It's like
he
they
has
come
a-
all this junk, this dumpster, and it's just all a
I
sea
never
of
found
junk.
You got a lot of junk in there, engine parts,
Yeah.
died steel in there, and steel and more steel to fix
And that old
them.
broken down kind of a shed like there, and then they bought nothing just like the new one. Well,
What do you do, Tina?
That was a mosquito, it was like only got one light.
Motorcycle.
This isn't very good. Motorcycle, like sweat.
I have read that.
No more for me, thank you. I'm having half the time of all this chicken.
They're just pretty little.
Your dad cleaned it.
Lars, what we clean up the cellar?
No.
Do it anyway.
I'm never making green shells yet?
Tell you, the ski-doo we got up on location there certainly damaging the crew.
Why?
What is that?
Why?
Dam got a dam like a dam.
Yeah.
You know, tearing down the road and around on that thing. The Velcro man in charge of the well broke his wrist, broke the knob off his wrist.
Oh, my word.
And they spent a week in traction. And they put his arm in a cast in traction. Pins driven through the finger bone, through the elbow.
It's crazy, huh?
One of my loggers riding with the mud engineer, drove into a great ice projection, peeled the bolt off the ski-doo and broke one of his ribs. He refused to go to the doctor to go find out how many.
Well, they do, like the gas stick down or something.
Oh, they
Crazy guy.
He was crazy guy stuff.
We have to remember to take out the stuff.
He said, I thought I could just brush right through it. Stuff is up.
Well, then I both go to ten.
We run it.
Run.
Or you go on.
We didn't used to be down there.
Isn't it fun? It's like grab old jacket,
Some of
just
this.
look back.
Love it. Love
I
it.
can eat them with 10 pound bag.
Well,
I can eat as long as I'm not so
Well,
sick. Whatever it does, it just
It's
fine.
too green and prickling for me. Why can't I eat one green?
Where? You know, I'm gonna turn on this bread segment. I like it. That one's good.
What's up, Pam?
Good.
There's some Aunt Suza jam in there.
Have you ever tried to make these?
Dark dry.
I haven't tried to make them dark side. Janine made that before, you know, you like that. It wasn't just dark.
Raymond,
Mm.
we do have Lars to play over.
Mm.
Finish his chicken and I'll finish his
Mm, I can.
and
I finished grandma's chicken. We sweet, you finished that chicken.
Couldn't we just eat this? Lars obviously let
So
on
full.
something. Just need a little bit. Bacon, I guess. Well, I'll peel it off and get
Give it 2 months.
I don't want it.
Give it blue.
Where in the hell is Jim White? That's who we need. He's the one who cleans up everything. We need
Yeah,
it.
you learn me.
Hell, as long as he was with you, you never needed the food.
Never
Well,
needed
he ate everything.
I don't
He
know
did.
if he went back to school, you ever know. I was gonna write you a letter.
He went trying to get away from understand when he was. Where was he out on the?
Up on Banner.
Yeah. When he went trying to get away, he was back. He wasn't getting away because he had some hamburgers. It was over 2 weeks old. They went home and cooked at night, you know, just at night. Oh, a Gypsy. I guess he got down 6.
It's one way to learn about germs.
Is this your jelly?
Old Jim. Do you ever see the lights anymore? Do they ever come down that way? Or they go back and what?
When we did, when we did.
It's about there, I think.
Several letters from him.
Nice folk.
Oh, they were. I do like Dave.
We've got a delicious pie.
Great.
Don't want too much. can't remember what. Buttermilk pie. Sounds yucky.
It is good.
Your crew really went down, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Great crew.
Very what? Gail Christensen, and she said that was her favorite pie. She makes it too. She's the only other person I know.
Christensen.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think she makes pecan pie, but that was that was.
No, she said. She
You
called
know,
it buttermilk pie.
the Christensens are related to the Robinsons.
Well, he's not Richmond Christian.
Oh, I know.
No, they moved here, right? They aren't from
I
there.
thought Arbor,
No,
I
he
thought
bought
that
that place.
it was. Sure.
They're just like we aren't really Richmond.
How are they related?
They moved here.
Well, Grandpa Robinson married, his second wife was a Christensen. But not
Very right up here.
Albin
Married
Major.
his son.
Well, I thought they moved away
Robinson.
from here and then moved back.
I've been there.
His marriage got buried over here by grandmother.
Yeah,
I
they
don't
were
know.
married together on each side of the four-sided.
So you're sure that Arbor bought that land?
Mm-hmm. Clint told me who owned it. I forgot.
Yeah, but Grandpa Robinson,
Clint's uncle owned it. Right. His brother, his father's brother.
Second wife
Owned
was
it.
Christensen.
Grandpa Robinson,
Sold it out from
well,
under.
how come then he's married with him?
Because they were both married here, then he was the Star Valley.
Well, why did they send him back here then?
Well, because he had another wife over there.
But you ought to win over one.
I guess they didn't.
Didn't you say?
Raymond, how about Raymond?
Let me tell you something.
That makes me think of the story that how's that guy's name? Rose tells all the
Arbor Christensen.
no.
Oh, the grizzly bear story.
No. Tells all of the J. Golden Kimball stories on record. You know, Lee, Hector Lee. Hector Lee tells a bunch of Danish stories from down around Sanpete County. He tells one about Brother Svensson, who is an old man is about to die. He's been a polygamist. He had 2 wives preceding him in death. He's had 2 wives, and they both had died. And he's talking to the bishop, and he's about to. He's extremist, you know. He says, Biscuit, he says, when I die, I want to be buried between Matilda and Philly. And he says, Biscuit, he says, take me a little swordship.
That's on that record.
Yeah, but listen, no, not on the record. But you know
Right
that.
here on the back. I mean, he's got a record out with J. Gold on one side and
No, this is J. Golden's book.
and Pete on the other.
I believe this is
Really good.
But anyway, I want to tell you, you know Sterling Nelson?
Mm-hmm. Here in town?
No, Sterling Nelson here in town.
Frank.
It was Aunt Pearl's brother. Well, then his wife Clara, after he died, she came down here and she married another fellow out at Willard, near Morgan, so it was. The daughter lives in Willard. But anyway, Clara passed away this winter, and they moved Sterling's body down there. Very like Clara, the other husband.
They dug him up.
Well, they had to done.
Her daughter had it done.
Yeah.
She must